At times that we always say that, oh, women are many than men. So most of the times, some fathers even force their children into second marriages, because even if their child is between 18 or even 20 or even early 30s to middle 30s, they feel like, oh, the women are many than men, so they just push their daughters to be married. And that's what we are going to be discussing today, how it's a fallacy and how you need to be careful, the secrets that you must put in place for you to be able to adapt as a lady and to escape polygamy. If this is your first time or you've been watching and you've not yet subscribed, I am Fra. Depending on the channel that you are watching me from, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me for more content. So let's get started. So when God created the world, he created one man and one woman. So that's the ratio, 1:1. So people will say that, why does it seem to look like, oh, women are many than men? Most of the times, from my background as a statistician, we did population survey. We surveyed population across the globe, developed countries and developing countries, and it seemed a bit like the women were about like 51% in some places and the men were like 49%. So because of statistics, I believe some people are quick to judge that, oh, the women are many than men, and if you're a woman and you are not careful, you will not get married, right? So many women fear, and sometimes they rush into like forbidden marriages which include second marriage, because marriage is supposed to be 1:1, one man one woman. Or sometimes they are lured into forbidden marriages like a man and a woman and a woman, right? In our case, a woman, so woman and a woman, into lesbianism, etc. So they assume that's marriage, which is not. And then also sometimes married men, they start sleeping with married men or even going to polygamy. But the case is not so. It is a lie, a fallacy, that men are more than women. Normally, God creates 50:50 across globe. So when for every generation is 50%, 50%, 1:1. That's how God creates. But unfortunately, because of life instances like death through work, through travel, death through accidents or food that we eat, and maybe our carelessness, men are more adventurous, and probably maybe that's how we lose more men. Okay, so there's a story that we spoke about concerning a certain man who betrothed his second daughter to be married and then married the first one. After the man had said for 7 years, he thought that, okay, this is my daughter, the second one. He married the first one instead of marrying the second one that he had promised to get married. But he realized that he had two daughters, so he was afraid that, oh, maybe no man will come around, so he pushed all of them into marriages. And that's how most fathers are quick to push their daughters into wrong marriages. And even women themselves start feeling like, oh, no one will come, so let me just become a second wife, which is an abominable marriage, or let me go for another woman, which is like also an abominable marriage, right? So how do we adapt? That's the question. We can adapt by maybe going for a bit things that we didn't actually want. Growing up, you have your choices. Some people will say that, I don't want to marry somebody who is older than me, I want to marry my age mate. Yes, your age mate, that's how God created it, is 50% women, 50% men. So your age mate would be ideal. But when life moves forward as a woman and all these things occur, you need to calm down and adapt. You need to accept any man. You need to mellow. Any man that does not go beyond your green flags. So I've spoken in this channel in my old videos that you need to have your red flags in a person that you don't want and your green flags in that person that you would like beforehand, before you start any relationship. You don't need to propose to a man, right? So when the man comes and proposes, you check your green flags and your red flags. So if your green flags is age, now you need to drop it. If a younger man comes and he comes and proposes, or an older man comes and proposes and woos you and is ready to pay your bride price, you need to drop the age red flag if that's your red flag. If it is financial, if a poor man or a rich man, if either ways how you describe poor, because it's relative and even rich is relative, comes and proposes, you need to drop that one down. The only thing that you may want to maintain is your religion and what, maybe your ethnicity, your tribe. That one, I think it should be remained constant. You don't need to change it that much. I'm saying it that much because it's really important. But age, financial, then let's go to education. So when it gets to education, maybe the person is not educated, but the person falls within those two constants, which is your ethnicity or tribe or religion. If the person have not been to school, or they are more educated than you, maybe you didn't want an extraordinarily educated man, or you didn't want below your education, you need to drop that red flag. These are red flags you need to drop and adapt, so that you can escape polygamy, so that you escape lesbianism. So that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this, and see you in my next video. But don't forget to follow me right now, and don't forget to subscribe, because you are now my friend, my newfound friend. I love you. See you in my next video. Bye.